Alright guys, so my partner's going to be turtle. And sometimes when our partner's turtle, they're very, very defensive and it makes it hard for us to really get anything off. One of the things I've been doing from the turtle position is attacking below the knee. Either to get my hooks in, and you have leg attacks there as well, okay? So I like to cross ride on my partner, okay? Now, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually turn towards the camera. Just as I were to enter a regular back attack, I'm gonna slide my knee over my partner's knee, okay? So now I have a cross body ride on my partner from the turtle position, okay? In this position, I'm gonna stay very, I'm facing my partner's hips, all right? So I'm not looking to get the choke. Clearly, I'm not looking to get the choke. I'm looking to tilt my partner, all right? From here, I'm going to start pulling out their same side leg and hooking that leg with my foot, all right? When I do, I'm going to lift the foot and get my foot right underneath, all right? So now my partner is very much, their one side of the body is totally controlled, okay? What I want to think about now is rolling totally through to get to my partner and to open my partner up to attack some legs, all right? So this hand is going to come and tuck right over my partner's hip. Now the fact that I have their lower leg controlled underneath their ACL is going to force them to roll. Until they don't roll, they basically get their ACL torn in half, okay? So all I need to do is I need to get my knees off the mat, all right? And I need to start rolling right over my shoulder, right to this position here, all right? Now, I have back entries, and I have leg attacks as well. All I'm gonna do from this position is I'm gonna stretch my partner out here, okay? Now I need to think about bringing this leg across my partner's body to get to the other side. This leg makes things a little bit tricky because it's caught, all right? Now, especially if your partner's grabbing this leg, all right? They don't want you to get underneath. If they do grab that leg, just simply slide it through, pulling this leg over, all right? Once this leg is over, the beautiful thing about the short Achilles is I can get it from anywhere with not much control. From here, boom, dun, I got the tap, okay? It looks like I'm totally in a loose position, but for my partner to move here, he's just putting himself in a deeper spot. It doesn't make things easier for him, all right? The way my legs are, they're really not in any position to get caught. They're split, all right? Yes, he has a short Achilles on me as well. You can start looking for it on me. From here, what I would do, need to roll up. Spin this one a little bit. Need to roll up. I have more leverage than he has, okay? Because I'm turning away, almost belly down when he's not. Let's see it again. You need to understand that this position, you could use this to take the back as well. All right, so in this way. I'm on my partner, okay? My knee slides in. I pull their leg out, and I lift their leg and tuck my leg underneath. All right? From here, all I do is this arm rolls through. As I roll through, I'm pulling this leg. All right? Back attacks are there. Okay? All I would need to do is pull him through to take the back. Another day. But I'm sure you can see it from here. All right? From this position, I'm taking this leg, tucking, and throwing all the way over. Now, if my partner started rolling the other way, actually, all right, he started rolling the other way, boom, I'm right back to the knee bar position, okay? Basically, anytime I get access to the legs, I have the knee bar, all right, and I have the Achilles and the toe hold. If you roll the other way, I have my short Achilles that I can start looking for. So with the short Achilles, remember, we don't need necessarily the feet to the hip. All right, rolling to the shoulder, extending in. Okay. Also remember, when I'm looking to enter to the back, the knee is coming in first rather than the foot. All right, so I'm sliding the knee right over their knee, rolling through, opening my partner up. I have all 4 limbs exposed from that, actually 5 for including their neck, exposed from that position. It's our choice. We want to take the back or start attacking the legs. Give it a try. Okay, so for me personally, I like to use daily heaving without the gi, especially when my partner stands. We're kind of forced to use daily heaving. So anytime we stand on our partner, all right, and they get the daily heaving, I understand we went over bear and bolo stuff before, and like it's always there. The problem is with the daily heaving here is he's giving us this foot. Okay, so what are we looking to do? For me, I really like the short Achilles from standing. All right, even if I have one knee up, I like the short Achilles. Main thing I'm doing right away, anytime they're in this position, is I'm not allowing them to turn my knee away, like generally speaking, the daily heaving like they want to do. So I'll actually take my hand and I'll put it to the inside of my knee and I'll kind of rest this way. This way, if he goes to turn my knee in, it's hard for him to do so. I have the space. All right. 2, I'm keeping my hand on the foot. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scoop very, very short, right underneath, lock my hands, and just tap. I have it. All right. Now, this is something to make your partner think. All right. It's something to make your partner move. It's something, if you're doing a submission only event and you're getting points, it's looking good for judges. You're being the offensive person. All right. Same thing if I have one leg up. If my partner starts looking to get to the De La Hiva, boom, I'm going to just fall back just a little bit, getting in this position, getting that submission. All right. Turn that blade up, lean back, get it. Okay. Now, we also could come across the body. What I mean by that is generally speaking, we try to attack in the same side and collapse that De La Hiva hook. But if I turn my knee across the body, okay, and start coming in this direction, I'm exposing this leg right here. Okay, from here, pulling it across, coming through, and falling. All right, I have the knee bar right there. And it's a very tricky knee bar because his leg is twisted in many different directions before you finally extend it. All right. So your partner gets this here. They're looking to turn our knee out. We're bracing that. All right. I'm just defending this here without regard of this foot. So even if you had this foot hooked, all I'm doing is I'm driving my knee across the body. All right. As I do, I'm catching above the knee. I'm spinning. And I'm catching right to the knee bar. Okay, this is more of like a LCL, MCL type lock. Okay, you want to be a little more careful for your partner. You can extend more this way, but it's basically up to them to tap. Okay, that's the problem with the De La Hiva, is they're leaving the far leg open. Okay, so from here. Boom, you have this. They pull that out, you have it to come right across the body. Now, if they start hiding that and bring it to your hip, all right, all we're going to look for is a leg drag. But as a leg drag, we're not going to look to pass in this position because this is a leg lock DVD, right? So as I leg drag here, I'm locking up that short Achilles and I'm simply going to fall back. Now, as I fall back, I'm coming back in the far direction. Okay, foot to the hip, extending. Notice that I grabbed above the knee as I fell, because if I didn't grab above the knee, I would lose the knee line. So that was kind of helping me to stay above the knee. Okay, you can adjust from this position, come down a little lower. All right, get that lock. You have everything you need. Again, this foot could push his far leg away, or you could come to the hip. Just be aware when you come to the hip, he has his own attacks. All right, I'm already to the shoulder. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to start turning in. Just one hand, getting the submission. So you have the leg drag there. Instead of the pass right to the Achilles, You have the knee bar where you sit all the way through, and you have the short Achilles just standing. The short Achilles will be the one I go for first. You might not get the tap. It'll make them move, it'll make them uncomfortable, okay? Another thing you have from this position is a total step back, okay? So your partner has you here. You're gonna start dropping your knee from here, 1, 2. When you get to this position, we've seen the attacks from here before, all right? So I don't need to go through the attacks again, where you got to this position. How did I get there? I can't just sit back without setting it up, all right? So I'm pushing this down off my thigh or off my hamstring. I'm cupping the knee. This hand from the inside is coming to the outside. I'm spinning and I'm sitting. From here, I have access. All right? Many different attacks. Give it a go. All right, guys, so I'm on the bottom. My partner's one leg is gonna be for the other leg. All right, they're in this position. Let's take a look at some of our own attacks we could have from here, okay? So the first thing I like to do when I'm in this position is make sure I'm not exposing my foot to the short Achilles that I just showed you guys. All right, so this foot is either to the inside of my partner's foot, or I kind of hook to pull him forward a little bit. All right, it's never on the outside. This hand, I like to come underneath and pull this leg towards me in this position. All right, once I'm here, I have a really good bite on my partner. All right, my foot from the far leg is gonna come to the hip. My other foot's gonna come through. Now I'm gonna pull myself up. All right, as I do, I have control of my partner. Okay, generally speaking, they're looking to roll. All right, as they roll, what happens? Boom, right into the knee bar. Okay, again. Let's say my partner's foot is really hard to get off the mat, so I can't necessarily underhook. All right, it's very hard to get them here. All right, they're playing a very, very strong game of coming forward and they're pressing that leg forward. I'm just gonna keep them away from this position, and this foot is immediately gonna come here. As it comes here, I'm gonna keep this knee pushed out though, because I don't want my partner to drag me. Okay, so this knee is gonna push out. Okay, this is also keeping them at bay. From here, I swim through, I come underneath, I'm gonna pull this leg towards, but look what I do. My knee is starting at their calf, so it's just not a pull with this, it's a pull with my leg. So my leg gets their foot off the mat. All right, once I do, I pop my hips up, just like you saw me pull before. I pull their leg forward, locking my legs. All right, from this particular position, I also have a toe hold. All right, crunching the toes to the calf. From here, also depending on which way he rolls, I have the tuck. Boom. Anytime you can get in this position here, you're using your feet as hands, right? Think about a monkey, like they're using all their limbs, not just their hands, they're using everything. All right, so I just don't want to be here. I want to hook, or you can actually get their hand off your knee as well. Foot comes to the hip. Up. Now look, this is key. Instead of just swimming my foot in, I'm not in a position to do so. As I pull my knee back, my knee is gonna come underneath their calf, pulling their leg towards me. Up, pull, lock, toe hold. All right? Depending on where they go, because they will go somewhere, okay? Catching, all right? If your partner tries to bring this foot in, simply catch their foot. You can push their foot away. I still have the same thing I was looking for, all right? I can come to the same side and have my Achilles as well. It's very easy. You're simply rotating your hips. from Achilles to knee bars. Again, if you wanted to add heel hooks, they're always there as well. Rule of thumb, anytime you can get an Achilles, you can get a heel hook. Okay, for me personally, I feel my Achilles sometimes is stronger because there's no roll out of the Achilles. People can roll out of a heel hook. You roll out of an Achilles, all you're doing is you're rolling belly down. I understand, and I'm going to go over that next. I'm just going to help you guys understand what I mean by that. But here we have from the De La Riva, we have the knee bar, the toe hold, and if we roll through a bench, we have the Achilles. But remember, from the De La Riva, as I underhook my foot through to come to the ashwagandha position, I'm pulling their leg out with my knee. All right, that's going to help me get the extension and the elevate and the leverage that I need. All right, give it a try. All right, guys, so one of the reasons why I like the Achilles and I favor it a little bit over the heel hook is because, like I said, there's no roll. And if your partner does roll, they're rolling into a tighter submission. So with the heel hook, people roll and they could eventually roll out, possibly, right? If it's not applied perfectly. But with the Achilles, actually, it's a big mistake. People actually get caught on the roll. So we should never roll out of an Achilles, ever. But most people roll out of an Achilles because they just think it's a leg lock. Let's just roll and get out. Thing is, when I have the Achilles lock here, what I want to think about, main thing, is I don't want to allow him, like I was doing before when I was getting caught in the Achilles and I was showing you guys, is I don't want his foot to turn in a way to where I'm not on the Achilles anymore. So the only thing I need to think about with the Achilles is staying on the Achilles. And one way I'm going to do that is by pressing on the inside of the knee. All right? When I press on the inside of the knee, if he goes to turn his knee towards me, he's not going to be able to do so. Okay? So from this position, I have total and utter control of the Achilles. Now, one of the reasons we bring our foot to the hip is not just to get leverage, but is also to keep the foot turned in the position that I want it to be turned in. Because I'm repositioning from my hand, all right, to my knee. Now I'm still pressing on his knee, so if he goes to turn his knee in, it's hard to do so, okay? Now what we have to understand is him rolling out, okay? Let's say he were to kick this leg over and try to roll belly down out. Boom, he's literally breaking his own leg in the Achilles. It's getting tighter. To where the heel hook, if I don't have the heel caught and he tucks the heel and he rolls out now, you can free the knee line and he's out, okay? Achilles doesn't work that way. When I have the Achilles here as well, if you were to start trying to roll that way, I just need to stay with the Achilles. Now I'm belly down, and he's in a much worse spot than before. So the main thing you need to think about, no matter where they go, as long as you keep your hand or the bone on the Achilles, you're safe. You want them to try to roll. Because when they roll, you're just going belly down and the extension's getting greater and tighter. Keeping the hand on the inside of the knee is preventing, basically, what I'm trying to do, what I'm calling Achilles. First thing I'm trying to do is this. All right, this way there's no more Achilles. It's on the inside of my ankle. All right, but if he puts his hand to the inside of my knee, I can't do that anymore. Like, literally, he has a break right here. If he just brings his foot to my hip, okay, man, like, yeah, did tap. This is terrible. And where I felt that, believe it or not, was up in here in my toes. Felt like my foot was gonna break in half. That's really what the Achilles is doing. The Achilles isn't breaking the Achilles. Like, you're not gonna rupture an Achilles tendon from an Achilles lock, ever. It's never gonna happen. You're never gonna pull an Achilles apart, but you are gonna break the foot. You're gonna break the little bones in the foot, okay? From the little bones, it kind of hops over the Achilles right to the shin. So ironically, the one part you're not breaking is the actual Achilles in the Achilles lock. You're breaking the little bones and you're breaking the shin, all right? The Achilles is not gonna get ruptured, but that's fine, okay? Like, I could literally put him on his belly and jump on his Achilles and it's not gonna rupture the Achilles. What ruptures the Achilles is running, jumping, stuff like that. Okay, so sudden force, sudden impact on the toes. All right, when you're trying to push off, it's going to rupture the Achilles. From here, I'm going right from the bones to the shin. Okay, give it a try. Alright guys, so we're going to take a look at an omoplata attack. It can be literally any omoplata attack, whether you're from the half guard or closed guard, right to a leg attack. So actually, we'll just set it up in the half guard. Anytime, my half guard here, my partner, starts getting chest to chest on me, I'm always trying to push the head off. And oftentimes, the arm comes up here, okay, around the hip. As soon as it does, I'm shooting that leg through, and I'm coming right to the omoplata position. All right, like all omoplatas, I'm going to pull that bottom leg out and come right here. Now, it gets tricky here because it's very hard to finish an omoplata in a submission, especially without the gi. The main thing is what we don't want our partner to do is pull that elbow line out. So I'm going to control his wrist. You can even control the elbow if you want. Now, a great resource we have is the entire lower body is free from here. Most people don't attack it from omoplatas. For me, especially since I compete against fairly large guys, it's hard to sit up and even reverse with omoplata sometimes because they're so strong and they're posturing up and it just gets really, really tough. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring my hand underneath the foot. This right here is going to prevent my partner from rolling. Okay? How? I'm not over the leg, I'm under. Because if he went to roll here, all I got to do is just hold. Alright? And in fact, when he goes to roll, he's giving me exactly what I need. Getting to his foot. Okay? The foot's going to be there every time. Now, another way to set that up without the roll, let's go right back to the roll plot, is when I'm in this position, my knee wants to tuck right in between their legs. All right? So I still have the omoplata here. He still can't pull his arm out. His arm is a little bit more straight, but as long as I'm on the arm, it's very hard for him to do so. All right? I'm going to reach through, place his leg right on my arm, right here, throwing my leg, my opposite leg, over. When I throw it over, I'm tucking right in between their leg. All right? Now, it depends what I want to do from this position. What I can do, number one, is come over, lock up with Achilles, and go for a belly down Achilles, which is brutal. All right? Two, if I have their leg here, I can start pulling through, start coming to knee bars, okay, from this position right here. It's very, very hard for him to defend this at all whatsoever. Even if he's able to bring this leg in, all right, it's hard for him to do much with it. Let's see that again. When I have this here, my knee is going to tuck right in between his legs. Notice I'm holding onto the wrist for the time being. This way he can't just pull his arm out. He tries to pull that arm out, it's hard for him to do so. Okay? From here, I'm going to come underneath his leg. All right, once I come underneath the leg, my foot wants to come all the way on top and tuck underneath. Okay? Now, if I want to go for the Achilles, I come under and over. I have the Achilles right here. All right? If I want to go for the other leg attacks, I'm going to use my hook to pull him through. Foot comes through, throwing his leg right to my lap like we've been doing this entire time. Extending, getting that knee bar. Okay? For me personally, I'll go for this 1,000 times over any Achilles, any omoplata reversal, just because it's easier for me. All right? I'd rather get in this position. And if you want to use this to reverse, again, remember, how do we reverse? Literally, as simple as keeping their leg off the mat and getting on top. If they can't post, they can't stand. Okay? So from the omoplata, you have the Achilles, and you have a knee bar once you're using the butterfly hook, pull them back over. All right, give it a try. Okay, so when I attack the Kimura, especially from the half guard, I generally don't like to come across the body. All right, because me personally, when I'm looking past the half guard, I'll often place my hand to the inside and flail my elbow out so people will reach up to grab the Kimura. Once they do, I just get very heavy and I start driving forward. All right, once our hand is above our head, we no longer have the Kimura. Once my shoulder is above our head, there's no more Kimura, okay? Here, shoulder below my head, I have the Kimura. So one of the ways I like to attack the Kimura is I like to keep my knee shield, and you'll see Cyborg do stuff like this as well, okay? Is I like to throw my leg all the way over, loop it around, and get to this position here, all right? Now, once I'm in this position, my partner, generally speaking, starts locking their hands or hiding their hand underneath their thigh. Now, I have like a reverse Kimura grip here. What I'm really gonna look to do is what's not being defended here, his leg, all right? So, I'm gonna look to switch off my hands, just hold on, okay? Come to my partner's hip, all right? Once I come to the hip, I'm gonna start pulling myself underneath my partner. Now from here, underhook at the leg, pull the leg towards me, shoot my leg out and up, all right? Now, this is very much gonna depend on what my partner does, all right? If he just sits back to his butt, now I have my short Achilles, I have my knee bar, all right? If he's back up, if he starts trying to roll out, boom, I have my knee bar in this position, okay? I also have the reversal to get on top. So again, I'm in this position, all right? I'm looking to climb my way through my partner. So I'm underhooking at the arm. If you have my other DVDs, you will see that I attack the Kimura from this position. From here, underhook, I'm almost like inverting, throwing myself over. He locks his hands, so I can't get it. All right. From here, if I couldn't just get to the leg, all right, what I could start trying to do is collapse my far leg and bump up. As I bump up, I'm switching to this position here. Now, from here, boom, I have an Achilles belly down. I want you to see something. Even if his knee line were clear, the short Achilles from this position will break his leg. All right, I want to try to get up to an elbow. This is a very, very strong grip. From here, all I gotta do is extend. It's a wrap, man. You know, it's not totally on the Achilles, but his foot is torqued in such a position to where it's so tight. And how I did that was I used this upper leg to collapse and my knee to elevate. Now I ended up in a different position here, same basic premise, throw it to the lat. Lock this up, I have the knee bar finish, okay? There's so many times where a partner is defending their upper body and they're leaving their legs free, you know? Even like an arm lock position, when I'm here on my partner, and I have them here, they're stacking, and oftentimes we're underhooking. From here, I switch right to the leg, and you have everything you need, depending on what they're looking to do, okay? But they have to move. They're either gonna sit back this way, or they're either gonna try to roll out hard. You're just staying with it, okay? And that was from an arm lock stack. Like, start opening up your mind, start seeing the other aspect of their body that they're not defending. And understand the great thing is about the legs, when they defend, you can attack the free leg. Like we've been going over the whole day. They defend the bottom leg, you go to the top leg. They defend the top leg, you go to the bottom leg. Like you're constantly switching back and forth. And the transitions between Achilles to toe holds to knee bars, it's all intertwined. Like how many times did I say today, throw it to the lat? throw it to the lat, throw it to the lat. No matter where he's moving, you don't have to be totally covered on the knee to get the knee bar. You can be on the LCL, you can be on the MCL, you can be on the kneecap. All right, it's going to be up to them which way they want to get their leg broke. It's really going to be up to them. Okay, the most comfortable thing for them to do when you're pressed up against LCL or MCL is to roll so their kneecap is exposed. Once you do, you have the general knee bar, which is extending at the leg, which will dislocate their knee. All right, give it a try. All right, guys, so today I'm going to show you guys a plethora of knee bars, Achilles attacks, toe holds, basically from every position you can imagine. From the bottom half guard, from the top half guard, from butterfly half guard, from omoplatas, from arm locks, from de la riva. Generally speaking, the legs are the most accessible limbs to us. And knee bars, Achilles locks, and toe holds, they kind of all blend into one another. When you have one, you generally have the other. And today I'm going to take you through basically every single position that you can be in where you can possibly attack these submissions. I'm going to show you a little bit of defense as well, just a tiny bit, but mostly offense. And the thing is, the better you know the offense, the better you're going to know the defense, okay? Generally speaking, anytime we're attacking an upper body limb, all right, including the neck, our partner's legs are open and they're free. And the thing is with the legs is when we're defending arm locks and triangles, we're able to lock hands. We're able to lock here. With the legs, the only thing we're able to do is figure four our legs in order to free ourselves. But the thing is this, when I figure four my legs, look, there's always one leg that is completely open. So what we're looking to do is expose the free leg and attack that leg. Instead of attacking the leg that's constantly hidden, go for the free leg. Once they hide that leg, go back to the other leg. Switching back and forth. Understanding that there's always going to be one leg open because you can't defend two legs at once. All right? Therefore, you're attacking the one that's free. I hope you enjoyed this. I think you're going to. I think it's going to open up your mind a lot to a different world of jiu-jitsu, and it's going to help you be aware, too, of your own legs, right? You're going to understand that you're never truly safe if you're going against somebody who's attacking the upper body and the lower body, okay? Have fun with it. Enjoy it. Any questions that you guys ever have, make sure you write it on the BJJ Fanatics site on Facebook. Just tag me. I'll do my best to answer. Well, I won't do my best. I will answer. Just tag me a ton until I finally do answer, until I see it. All right? I appreciate you all. Thank you guys for getting the DVD and the instructional. I hope you enjoyed it a great deal. Thank you guys.